having finished my 30-day fast. I have reached peak enlightenment, becoming one with my muffin top. I struggled through the three sufferings of the Buddha, the suffering of change, and the suffering of conditioning. I thought upon the words of the philosopher Epicurus, "Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die." I have pondered the words of Paul in 1 Corinthians, "Food for the stomach and the stomach for food, but God will destroy them both." Okay, on to a serious note. I'm done with my fast. 30 days, guys. I did it. It was tough. But thanks to a couple people in my life, my friend, a good friend of mine, Sam, he would text me every once in a while and ask me how things were going. And my stepmom, Sue, they were both instrumental in helping me get through this. Also, my sister would kick me in the butt a few times just to make sure that I was keeping things kosher, as they say. And I made it, so thank you to you guys for helping me out. I gotta say that when I started eating again, I wanted to ease myself in, so I drank some vegetable juice this morning. And it's crazy. To me, vegetable juice has always been a kind of a salty thing. It's why I enjoyed it. But when I drank it this morning, my tongue is just so in tune or heightened to sweet. This vegetable juice just tasted very sweet to me, which was honestly quite off-putting. And I ate a pickle this afternoon, and it was a dill pickle. I don't like sweet pickles. I would never buy sweet pickles, but this dill pickle tasted sweet. I can't wait for my tongue to get back to its normal state, where I'm tasting salty things and vinegary things. In fact, I had to eat, for me to actually taste a salt, I had to eat a green olive, which is like, one of the most salty things there is in the world. So I ate a green olive, and then I finally tasted some salt. But insanity, I want my tongue back. Throughout this fast, after like the first 3 days, the hunger pains, which in my opinion really aren't pains, it's just a feeling, were really not a big deal. You could ignore it easily. And also in those first 3 days, I had headaches, but after that, I didn't have headaches the rest of the 30 days. So the main struggle was my tongue wanted to taste something other than the nastiness of the inside of my mouth and water. I got sick of the taste of water. It just became very hard to drink water because it was so, I couldn't stand it. I also noticed this morning that as soon as like the shackles, I guess or the guidepost of the fast were taken away, that challenge of making it 30 days was gone and not keeping me in like with blinders on, keeping me in a certain lane. I almost immediately wanted to go back to eating to medicate from the things that bother me in life. And even though after this fast, my stomach has shrunk and I can't eat as much. Like literally, I had a glass of vegetable juice and an egg, and I felt full. I was still ready to just start stuffing stuff down my throat to distract from the pains of this world that I'm facing. It's really eye-opening, and I'm going to have to look into that and try to figure out a healthier way to deal with that, especially if I want to move forward in a healthier lifestyle with the way that I eat. And I think I said that I started at 205 or 207, and when I weighed myself the last day, I was at 177 or 176, and my goal was to get back to what I uh, consider my normal weight, which was 175 for the most of my life. So I got pretty close there. So not bad. However, once I start eating, that water weight is going to come back, and that's probably going to kick me back up into the 180s. But as long as I make good decisions from here on out as far as how I eat and so forth, I should continue to lose some weight and maintain this. That's where the hard work comes in. And with all those things I said in the beginning, kind of jokingly at the same time, not because really, when I kind of look at the long term and my feelings towards life, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Food is like one of the two things that I enjoy in life, hiking and food. And so then I'm going to take the enjoyment of carbs away from myself just so I can live a longer life without an enjoyment? That seems insane. It seems like it all makes no sense in the end. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm not trying to make myself look good for anybody. I guess it's just for me. The self-fulfillment, I couldn't tell you. Other than that, I gotta say, hooray, I did it. 30 days, it was not easy. Also, my goal was to do 30 days just water, but I had those 4 days that I went to some vegetable juice and soda, but then jumped back on and finished with water only. So as it stands right now, 20 consecutive days is my best as far as water only. But I did do 30 days with no food. Again, thanks for watching. Hey everybody, this is about 2 weeks, two and a half weeks after I ended my fast. I wanted to touch on some things that I should have spoken about in previous videos, but totally forgot about it. This is the book that I read. I got most of my information out of it. It's called The Complete Guide to Fasting, Heal Your Body Through Intermittent, Alternate Day, and Extended Fasting by Jason Fung with Jimmy Moore. Fantastic information there, backed up by a lot of studies and research that'll help you. They don't just touch on long-term fasting, they touch on different lengths of time. Incredible. I also got a lot of information from a doctor who posts on YouTube, Dr. Berg. Very helpful, his stuff. It's important to note that when I did my 30-day fast, I was adding electrolytes to my water. I was also doing sea salt into some of my water. Now, you cannot get that trash Gatorade powdered stuff to add into your water. Not just Gatorade, but the stuff that you can buy like at a Walmart, Meijer, places like that. The main ingredients in that is sugar. It's garbage. You got to get the good stuff that doesn't have the sugar in it. I was using a brand called Relight. Granted, it doesn't taste as great as the Gatorade or the other things, but it's way healthier for you, way better, high quality stuff. Do that. I also took B vitamins during my fast. Okay, it's important to do this kind of thing. If you get too low in electrolytes, you can get nauseous, and some other not great things can happen to you. Very important to stay on top of that. Somebody asked me if, while doing this, if I felt like I lost concentration or couldn't focus because of the fast. Absolutely not. I did not have any kind of mental fog whatsoever, not distracted. Everything was very clear. I never felt weak or faint. Honestly, nothing like that. It really isn't hard to push through those waves of hunger. It's tough, but it's also really easy. I don't know how to explain it. You'd have to do it yourself to understand
how difficult and how easy it is at the same exact time. These kind of fasts are not for everybody. I would suggest that if you're feeling like doing this, discuss it with your doctor first. I ended up going to the emergency room like 2 weeks after my fast ended. I woke up, my face was swollen really bad, and then I noticed my ankles were swollen. And my stepmom, I was concerned. My stepmom was really like, congestive heart failure. And my sister was all like, congestive heart failure. And everybody was like, you're gonna die. Go to the emergency room. So I went to the emergency room, talking to the doctor. When he got to the part about, well, have you changed anything in your diet? And I was like, well, I just, a couple weeks ago, I got off this 30-day water fast. And he was like, what's water? What? And I was like, 30 days, only drink water. And then he went insane, and he flipped tables over, he kicked chairs, he punched a baby in the next room, and he was like, why, man, why? And there was no baby punching involved at all. That was all a lie. I did go to the emergency room. He did freak out. He did make me feel like I was the biggest loser in the world for doing this, and that I was insane. I'm not joking. He went out, he told the nurses. The nurses came in and they looked at me with pity on their faces, and they're like, oh, you poor stupid man, you're gonna die. Why did you do this? We hope that you haven't done something permanent to yourself. We'll pray for you. Nobody offered me prayers, jerks. Anyway, they took a bunch of blood. My arm was all shriveled by the time they were done. They did all these tests. They tested my urine. They did a brain scan because I effed up my brain. And this doctor came back after getting all the results. And this man was crushed. His spirit was crushed. And I believe with everything that is in me that he wanted so badly to be able to come back and say, you're going to die, and it's because you're stupid and you did this fast. Instead, he had to come back to me and say, all of your tests are amazing. You are perfect on paper. And I have no idea why you woke up with a swollen face and why you have swollen ankles. He's like, but there's nothing wrong with you. I'm amazed. And I was like, well, I knew it wasn't because of the fast. I don't know why you're freaking out. Have you never, ever read even the slightest bit about the benefits of fasting? Anyway, that's that. All is well. I do have a sneaky suspicion I know what it is that caused my face to swell up. And I think it had something to do with the food that I ate massive amounts of the night before. And I got that food again, and I am going to attempt an experiment tonight, and I'm going to eat the same food in stupid quantities and see if I wake up with a Cabbage Patch face again. If I do, I'll take a photo, I'll add it to this, and we can laugh at me. I really do think that this food was the problem. And well, we will find out. And if it wasn't, then it's a mystery that will never be solved and whatever. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know if you attempt to do this yourself. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Do be smart. Do research before you attempt this, okay? Yeah. If you have a sister that you like to visit and fart and leave, tell me about that as well. If you have coworkers that like to watch your YouTube, tell me about that. That's weird. I don't want to hear about that. I'm going to delete that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Again, this is for entertainment only. Do your research. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, share. My next video is going to be about a trip to South Carolina with my buddy Nathan Evans. We're going to do a 3-day canoe trip. some family members are going to come over, and we're going to do a video about a day trip to Turkey Run, my absolute #1 favorite state park in Indiana. So come back and watch those. I appreciate it. Love you. See you later.